Fun fact number 39. You may recognize this. This is the thumbnail for my channel. Well, it's in a circle on my channel, but this is a thumbnail for my channel. This is the first book that I wrote. Not the first one I published, but it's the first one I wrote a long time ago. Long time ago. Probably started, I want to say, trying to think how long ago it was. 35, maybe 35 years, maybe 35 to 40 years ago, maybe. I don't know. Time is irrelevant, as I've said so many times. But Children of Light was the first book I wrote. I had written short stories and a lot of poetry before then. And I had a dream. And the dream was a situation where people were on another planet and were surprised by the Children of Light. And so I started writing the book because the world seemed to already exist. So it was pretty easy to write. And as I wrote it, I think a lot of things that people talk about today, I think I've mentioned that my genetic coding has us seeing things from a different perspective, and we tend to be really fast with things or see things ahead of time or figure out things ahead of time. Kind of know what's going to be coming down and what's true and what is. And when I wrote Children of Light, there were, I had a lot of experiences as well. I had done a Renaissance fair for 4 years, and there were various types of people of all types, walks of life, with different identities, genders, and it was probably the safest place for them to express those ideas and beliefs and what was true for them. So that was a very important experience for me to have. I know myself well enough that who I am, but I learned that other people, they can't be who they are for those reasons, and I couldn't be who I was for other reasons. So that was an experience I have, and that was before I wrote the book. So it was kind of emotional and sensing and being sensitive, but also logical, because if you have beings of light, they do not have a gender. And depending on what they become, will be the inherent gender they would be in that form. So that's part of what I talk about in Children of Light, but I also talk about the creative nature of love and the destructive nature of hate, but how beautiful things can be born from the mixture of those things, and how every sentient being in the universe is not created the same way, but they're still created and they're still children. And that was kind of an emphasis I had. And but I have people in my life today that talk about gender identity or sexuality, and in Children of Light I kind of cover a lot, but people are people, and that shouldn't be such a big deal, honestly. You should be able to be who you are. And all that stuff doesn't need to happen. I think I've talked about that before, but I just wanted to say that in Children of Light, I wrote a lot of that stuff. not too many people have bought the book. And it is a trilogy. So you have Children of Light, and then there's Children of Water, and there's Children of the Beyond. And each one of them, I try to step you up. So by the time you have an experience, so by the time you get to the Children of the Beyond, it's not so heavy and time slippy, but it still can be time slippy. And even this one can be time slippy. Children of Water can be time slippy, but Children Beyond is my main time slippy book. And I try to step you through different levels of, like, these are more, this one's a little ethereal, and I've been told that, but Children of Water is a little bit more grounded, but there's a lot of ethereal stuff in it too. But Children of Beyond is like a lot. So if you want to know more, write me in the comments. You can find this book in a lot of places now, and it can be downloaded as an ebook, which is one of the least expensive ways to get it, and I still get the same amount of money to survive and write another day. But I know I wanted to talk more about the history, but I can't seem to remember exactly what I wanted to say. I think I covered most of it, and so I hope you enjoy it. It's really bright out today, so I hope you enjoy it if you ever find it to read it. And I recommend, if you do read it, I think it's an acquired taste. It's not as mainstream as my book Golden, but it's where I started, and the trilogy means a lot to me because I think it's a part of me. But I think I've moved on too. But Children of the Beyond, I think, is really what I've been trying to say all along, but you have to read the first two books to even grasp what's in the last book, which is a very, very thin book. But I just wanted to talk about that because you must see the icon and wonder, what is that? And this was my original reason for creating this channel, but I just wanted to talk because I've been talking a lot to a lot of people about this, and when I do talk about them, they love it. So hopefully more people will read it, and maybe it'll help them gain some perspective on life. That's not heavy. Ciao, Bellas.